UG, thought is matter. Hello, this is Shores of Infinity. This is your host Chris, and this is a video about UG Krishnamurti. And one of his favorite topics, thought is matter. Can that be? Thought is matter? Is thought not the opposite of matter? Is it not a subtle thing, an immaterial thing? Not to UG. He says that thought is matter. All values are materialistic, even spiritual thoughts and goals and values. Thoughts are not the originator of anything, nor are you. Yourself is not the originator of your thoughts. Thought is a response to a stimuli, or thoughts are responses to stimuli. He asks himself, what can we actually experience without thoughts, without knowledge? Or rather, what can we experience independently of the knowledge we already have or believe in? Same with the self. The self is also a knowledge, something we know, something we have heard of or read about, the concept of self. The self itself is a thought construct based on stimuli. There is no real self, and there is no self which could think independent thoughts, independent of what we already have been taught. As little children maybe, but not as soon as you have learned something, including a language. This is over. But as a baby, of course, you don't need a self, you don't have a self, you don't need a self, and later you think you have a self because you have been taught. You have been taught a name and a language and certain concepts about thoughts and emotions and what you can do and what you can't do and what you're supposed to do. What we call thoughts are automated repetitions. Automated repetitions which are creating and then perpetuating the sense of a self, sense of being an individuum, of being separate from everything around you, from being special. I is an abstract word, the first person singular pronoun, he says. The thing self, it doesn't have any existence. It has an existence because we use it in our speech and our language. It makes communication easier if I say I or you. But those words don't have any intrinsic value or reality or truth. That is also why you cannot defeat your thoughts with your thinking. You cannot defeat your mind with your mind. You cannot defeat yourself with yourself. Your ego with your ego. If there's anything you can do, then it is to stop. Stop the homemade madness, the self-perpetuation. The belief that there is anything good or true or real about your mind, about your opinions, about your values, about your thoughts, about your emotions. That is the problem, basically. They are not good, they're not real, they're not useful, they're not helpful. Your mind, your opinions, your values, your thoughts, your emotions. They are not good, not real, not true, not useful, not helpful. They are the trap you got caught in. And the more you struggle to free yourself, the stronger the trap gets. The more its bear trap teeth will dig into your leg. There's only one basic problem according to UG, the belief that your mind is a great tool. And you believe and think this because first religions for thousands of years and now science tells you that it is so. Religions and science tell you that what elevates us above animals is our minds, our reason. But nothing elevates us above animals. This is a very strange idea that we are somehow above or separate from nature. Of course, we belong to nature, we're part of nature, we're part of everything else around us. We're not separate from it, let alone somehow above it. And then, of course, people will come and say, yeah, but animals can't build computers and airplanes and submarines and so on. Yeah, they can't, but so what? Do computers and airplanes and submarines make us happier somehow? Or wiser? No. They make us faster, they make us more destructive, they make us more egotistical and vain, but it doesn't create any inner well-being. To the contrary, all the psychological diseases are on a rise. Very, very fast and steep rise. People can't deal with the world anymore how it is, with all the injustice and speed and madness and fakeness. It all gets faker and faker. But we cannot escape, because we ourselves have created the trap. We ourselves are the trap. The only chance we have is to stop. Stop!